Hi, today we're going to look at two examples of how we can use the relationships of angles that are formed by parallel lines and a transversal in proofs. In this particular proof, we're given that line J is parallel to line K, and we're trying to prove that angle 2 is congruent to angle 7. You might recognize that angle 2 and angle 7 are alternate exterior angles. However, that is not a theorem that we can use. So we're going to prove that right now. So we're going to start with our given in number 1. And then since line J is parallel to line K, we can say that angle 2 is congruent to angle 4 because they are corresponding angles. And if two parallel lines are intersected by a transversal, then corresponding angles are congruent. In step 3, we know that there's a relationship between angle 4 and angle 7. They are congruent as well because they are vertical angles. And vertical angles are congruent. And finally, we can say that angle 2 is congruent to angle 7 because of substitution. We are replacing angle 4 with its congruent angle 7. For our next proof, we are given that line J is parallel to K, and now we're trying to prove that angle 1 is supplementary to angle 7. Again, we will start with the given that line J is parallel to line K. We know that angle 1 and angle 4 are supplementary angles because they are same side interior angles. And since 1 and 4 are supplementary angles, we can use the definition of supplementary angles to say that they add to make 180. And then similarly, in the last proof, we know that angle 4 and angle 7 are congruent because they are vertical angles. And we can use substitution to replace angle 4 with angle 7 since they're equal quantities. So now we know that angle 1 and angle 7 also add to make 180. And by the definition of supplementary angles, if they add to make 180, then they are supplementary.